What's up, fight fans? What's going on out there, man? It is the homie, Mainman here. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, going down on Mademan's boxing, Want to get on here real quick. Happy Friday to everybody, man. You made it to the end of the week. You got here, you know what I mean? But just want to get on here real quick and chime in on this Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones fight that we got coming up on September 12th, going down 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TRILLA. You know what I mean? On TRILLA. Well, that is the topic of conversation right here for this vid. And the thing is, man, is that the streaming platform TRILLA, where this event is supposed to be going down on, it said that TRILLA has invested up north of $50 million for this event. $50 million. That's a crazy amount of money for an investment into a boxing event. Better yet, I mean, shit. Mike Tyson, I get it. Mike Tyson name recognition like crazy, but a $50 million investment, that is crazy, Joe. That is crazy. Now, I would think that would have to cover a lot of things. I mean, you got to pay the fighters. You gotta get the streaming broadcasting thing going on. You got the COVID measures going on. I mean, there's a lot. They talking about musical acts involved here. You may have a small undercard. So there's going to have to be a lot of hands into that 50 million, I'm sure. And who knows whatever money, but this is northward of 50 million. So they're willing to go above and beyond that. But damn, that's still one heck of an investment. So this makes me wonder now, like, because I was asking the question when I initially talked about this was this going to be a circus or was this going to be an actual thing? And with an investment like this, fam, come on, Joe. There's no way they're going to be looking to make this money back. It's got to be a circus. And the reason that it got to be a circus is because if they're going to invest this amount of money, this is nothing but pure promotion for this particular app named TRILLA, because TRILLA is in a heated, they're fighting for the same lane, if you will, as the already established app called TikTok. So they fighting for lanes. And in the fight for this lane, TRILLA has decided to use this event as basically a promotional thing. And I'm good with it. That's always what boxing has been about. Promoting different things, whether it's brands or whether it's whatever. They've always promoted different things. You see fighters with stuff on their shorts, their gloves, their robes, some even with writing on their back during the fight. We've seen it all. That's what boxing is about. All fighters, they promotion is what it is. Certain apps get involved, certain countries get involved in boxing to promote certain events, to try to change the image of their country and shit like that. So, I mean, this has been going on since forever in the sport of boxing. Different entities use boxing or and the big name that come with the boxers to promote whatever they're trying to promote. Now, let's look at this article right here. Now, this is the IB Times. Now, everyone's quoting from the article that was dropped yesterday by CNBC when they dropped that in their article, that one line in their article pertaining to the north of 50 million. But it says here, Mike Tyson is returning to the ring, and one social media platform is reportedly spending big money on the fight. TRILLA paid at least $50 million for the rights to exclusively stream the bout, according to CNBC. Now, I'm going to stop right there. So it says that they paid for the rights, which means that this was just a product on his own, perhaps. Because I'm sitting back wondering, like, how much does Mike Tyson's Legends Only League. I don't want to mess it up like I did last time. Legends Only League. I've been wondering how much of this has to do with that brand as well. Like, because like we be talking about, and we're going to get to it as you can see the article. Matter of fact, let's just read more about into the article. It says that TRILLA is seeking more brand awareness with the fight, competing in the same space as social media giant TikTok. The company reached 50 million active users this month. Damn, 50 million? I never even heard of TRILLA, man. Man, all these apps be coming all out left and right, man. Like, y'all kids, bro, y'all bring out these apps back to back to back. God damn, I ain't even ever heard TRILLA. You got 50 million active users? Never heard of it. Never seen it pop up on my phone. Never seen an ad on it, nothing. But they say it's good for young up-and-coming, like, artists, musical artists, And I operate in that lane sometimes. So for the young up-and-coming musical artists, this look like another app you got that you can go in there and put your stuff out there on. You know what I mean? But anyway, 50 million active users. So this is owned by Proxima Media, founded by Hollywood producer Ryan Kavanaugh. Now, he bought Trilla in 2018. So basically, Ryan Kavanaugh can be said to be the one that's behind propping up so much money into Trilla, because that's his MO. His MO, he's formerly the CEO and founder of Relativity Media, which eventually filed for bankruptcy. But what Ryan Kavanaugh does is he establishes all of these companies similar to what Relativity Media was, and he invests in things. In that particular case with Relativity Media, it was films and different movies. He got a lot of movies under his belt. A lot of movies y'all probably wouldn't even know that Kavanaugh had when they say he produced, y'all know how it go. You could pay for a producer credit. You basically cutting checks. You know what I mean? And that was always what Ryan Kavanaugh did. Some things worked for him, some things didn't. But in a lot of cases, he filed bankruptcy. In a lot of cases, he bet on something and he didn't make it. But he's a billionaire. And he's like a young billionaire. He's like mid-40s. Been a billionaire since like 40, 41. You know what I mean? Like at one time he had a good run, but now not so much. But he's still a billionaire. But this is what he do. He throw cash into a lot of things and see what happens. You see, he's a dude that takes a lot of risks. You know what I mean? And that's just crazy. So that lets you know, if he's pumping this much into this app, it can't be, I don't believe, for this brand, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be for the Tyson brand or not, but I think this is more of a promotional competitive thing. They got the name of Mike Tyson. You dig? Everyone knows Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson still ring bells. That's why you see all the brand names. They got the name Mike Tyson. He's willing to put a bunch of money into it and make it an event to promote the app. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, but as far as Mike Tyson's league, I mean, I don't know because Kavanaugh is pumping this into Trilla. I don't see him saying he's pumping this into the leagues, the Legends only league. So I don't know. But it does say that Trilla paid for exclusively for the rights to stream the bout. So if they pay for the rights to stream the bout, did they buy the brand too? I just wonder. Or is it just for this one-time thing? That's the thing that I wonder. I just wonder how much of this involves Mike Tyson brand, or is this just a one-off with the circus just to promote Trilla? And I think that's what it more so is. But anyway, let's keep going. Says that Jones told TMZ that he could potentially earn more than $10 million for the fight. Tyson said any money he makes will go to charity. I believe that when I see it, man. Mike Tyson money going to charity. So Roy is saying he can make as much as $10 million for the fight, and they're looking to invest $50 million. No way they making that money back. And that's $10 million if he does well, they do well on pay-per-view. You know what I mean? But I mean, if he's looking to make, that means he probably get a purse, anywhere between the 2 to 5 range. Somewhere between the 2 to 5 range, and hope to do well on pay-per-view, maybe even a little more than that, 2 to 7 range. I don't know. But if that's what, for them to say that Mike Tyson is giving any money that he will make to charity, once again, this makes me wonder. Once again, did they buy the brand of Tyson in the the league only of legends? You know what I'm saying? Did they buy his brand? Because look, he talking about he giving his money to charity, which means, look, I'm getting another check. I just wonder. A $50 million investment, that's a crazy amount of money. Even though a lot of hands gonna be in that money. I mean, I don't know. Just I don't know. They pay for the rights to stream this. Now, keep in mind, also out of this $50 million, I'm sure, because they talking about streaming. They're doing like a docuseries, a 10-part docuseries, and it's gonna be like 2 episodes per week leading up to the fight. So that's going to have to take a lot of money. I don't know if that's coming out of the $50 million or north of $50 million. That's a major investment. I mean, for a 10-part docuseries, I don't know, man. I just think that this still squarely just is a one-off thing, bro. I just think that Kavanaugh just doing this one time for TikTok. And I don't know. But Mike Tyson talking about with all the legends fighting each other or doing whatever they're going to do against each other, I just don't know, bro. I don't think that that's what they bought, but I could be wrong. Man. And even way, who cares, right? Mike Tyson getting up in that thing and he getting a good amount of money somehow, some way. I doubt if he giving his purse to charity. It says that Tyson received $5.5 million, a $5.5 million purse for his last professional boxing match 15 years ago. The former heavyweight champion was defeated by Kevin McBride on June 11th, 2005, ending a career that spanned 20 years. So that's a That's a long career for Mike, 20 years, man. But yeah, man. So he got 5.5 million in his last fight. If he got 5.5 million for McBride in this thing, man, he got to be making. Come on, man, getting in the ring at is the age he getting in there. Even though it's well known now that they ain't going for no knockouts, and the California State Athletic Commission said they're gonna be in there just bouncing around with each other. But still, I mean, he's still in his mid-50s. He's training for this situation. He can hurt himself, and he putting this certain. You can honestly say, you can make the argument and say he's still putting his life on the line, even if they're not going for some sort of knockout. They're not wearing no headgear. You can even make that argument then. But at the end of the day, I mean, I think Tyson got to at least be getting more than that 5.5, bro, that he got in this last fight. I could be wrong, man. He could be getting two. When these fighters getting old, man, they ain't their retired age, bro. They'll fight for whatever, man. They're just, Roy Jones is one of them cats. He'll fight for whatever. James Toney, all them dudes, they want to relive them glory moments and stuff, man. Some of them will just fight for whatever. So I don't know, man. I don't know what they could be. I mean, if Jones is saying he can earn as much as 10 million, I would think the purse, the guaranteed money got to be between the 2 and 5 to 2 to 7 range, man, at least. But I don't want to get too much into that, man. But a lot of people are wondering, like, how is it that these dudes can kick up this much dust and yet the young boys can't make something like this happen? You know what I mean? How can they come back? People got to understand Mike Tyson is Mike Tyson. I don't care what you say. You can say whatever you want. Mike Tyson is Mike Tyson, fam. Mike Tyson is just going to sell regardless. He just one of them fighters that just got that name recognition. And a lot of these young boys can only hope and wish to have the type of name recognition that a legendary fighter like Mike Tyson has. Not to mention, in this case, where TRILLA is looking to pay for this based on promotion, because it's like saying they investing into a billboard ad. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, choose us over TikTok. It's the same thing. They just upping the ante a little bit. They got a lot of people to pay, the musical acts and all that other jazz, but they upping the ante a little bit. Okay, we ain't paying for a billboard on the highway. We'll pay for this event just to get our name out there. So you got to ask yourself, how much of profit do they really care? I mean, 50 million is 50 million. And then no crowds. They, like I said, they're not going to make that back, bro. It's no way they're going to make that back on pay-per-view unless they charging $100 and they're going to do damn good. 50 million on strictly online. I don't see it. But anyway, I just don't see it. But I just don't think they're looking to do that if this is going to be about promo. So if it's going to be about promo, hell, if they ain't looking to hit the bottom lines and shit like that, they just looking to maybe make a little bit of it back or whatever. That's different from how a promoter thinks. A promoter don't have that luxury. They're not in it to just be, promoting the app. They're in it to try to make some money for their company too. They can't take them type of losses that say like they can't. That's the same way with like what DAZN was doing. Like they propping up stuff. If DAZN propping up Eddie Hearn with all of this money, yeah, he can do it. He can blow it. But if ain't nobody being propped up like that, then hell nah. And in Bob's case, Bob looking at his X's and O's like, I ain't being propped up like that. Lou DiBella looking at it like, I ain't being propped up like that. Oscar like, well, then again, I take that back. He with DAZN. But you get what I'm saying. They not being propped up like that. And on top of that, they are looking at a bottom line. Here, it ain't that case. They can just throw money at the wall. Look, we got some investors. Boom, boom, boom. Look, we trying to get them app numbers up. We got 50 million. If we can make this shit happen, their goal is after this event is over, if we got 50 million users today, let's see if we can hit 70 to 75 million. I know that's a stretch, but still. That's what they hope. That's when it pays off for them here. And then they'll do it at the willing of even losing a couple dollars. Well, a couple million, a few million, whatever. I mean, how much would y'all think this will make? I mean, even if you charge $50 and you moved 100,000 pay-per-views, that's still only $5 million. Like, bro, they're not making this money back with no crowds. Now, we don't know what it's going to look like in September in California. They could be betting on some crowds being back. But still, at the end of the day, fam, like, man, I don't know, fam. I don't know. I just don't see them making this money back in no shape, form, or fashion. They pay for the rights for to shoot this fight or to air this brand right here. So, I don't think this is all about a profit. This is all about promotion. and they willing to dump 50 M. So anybody that's willing to say, yo, why the young boys ain't doing this and why they can't get this kind of money and see how Mike Tyson could just come back out and do this and do that. Yo, at the end of the day, man, Mike Tyson, he getting propped up. They getting propped up. Now, this is once again part of the future, if you ask me. Something that is one thing that promoters can take away from this is the whole aspect of social viewing, which is something that is, like I said before, these promoters are looking at, and it's becoming more and more enticing as coronavirus go on. They're hoping and praying and wishing that coronavirus ends, but they don't know. They can't initially say, well, let's start to do the social viewing thing, and then crowds come back. It's like they in that gray area. They're waiting for black and white to say, you know what? Well, we're going to be locked down for the next 6 to 8 months. Then fine, let's start taking the gate more so online. Now, Eddie Hearn caught one of it early, and he started to do it early. Like, nah, I'm going to make me some sort of event and put it on online or have it put on pay-per-view or something. Because everyone knows if you want good quality matchups, it's going to cost money. Move the gate. Bob did a piss poor job of moving the gate. He could have did a $10, a $15, a $20 top rank app or something that he could stream them fights on just to make enough revenue to pay fighters a decent purse. You could PBC coming back to pay-per-view galore, because at the end of the day, and they have a network that's propping them up, but at the end of the day, you know, they figured like, look, man, if we got to give a quality, we can't just give okay fights. If we want to take the league, we got to give damn good fights. And in order to make damn good fights, in order for me to put the Charlos out there, Charlo versus Rosario, or Tank and Leo Santa Cruz, or Earl and Danny, or Tyson Fury and Deontay, we got to have people pay. And if you give people a product that damn good, people won't have no problem with paying. That's just it. That's just the gist of it. You may have to tone it down a little bit, given that there ain't no crowds. But even that crowd that's usually in the arena, well, guess what? Maybe they're willing to go on pay-per-view. And if you lower the price and widen the pool, an idea that's been talked about also prior to the coronavirus. Because remember, pay-per-view numbers was already dropping anyway. So it's like, don't try to blame COVID for pay-per-view. Nuh-uh. Pay-per-view numbers was already in the tank, fam. So if you already know that, and before this was going on, the idea was let's lower the price of pay-per-view or try to widen the pool. Well, stick with that. I think that makes sense, especially in these times. These are the type of innovative ideas you got to have, man, in 2020, COVID time. You dig? But at the end of the day, TRILLA is like, look, man, we going to use this boxing event. We pay for the rights. Once again, I hope y'all ain't get too confused about the part about Mike Tyson's brand, because I ain't want to get too messed up in that. I'm just really curious about whether or not is this a one-off, or if this is a Mike Tyson going to go on and do this with his League of Legends or Legends Only League. If he's going to go on and do this with his Legends Only League on a more consistent basis, you know what I mean? Dealing with other, legends or whatever, like he promised, or is it just a one-off thing with TRILLA? They invest in this big time money, and Mike Tyson is just taking this opportunity to put his brand out there. I don't know. And maybe I shouldn't even really give a damn. At the end of the day, fight fans just know I got Roy Jones. You dig? A lot of people say, man, you did all that talking in that last video, and you ain't even tell us who the hell you rolling with. I'm rolling with Roy, more active fighter. Yeah, Mike Tyson hit harder. Yeah, Mike Tyson make him clip Roy Jones. But given the fact that I know that they're not going for knockouts, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to rock with Roy, the more active fighter. And I think he can move around the ring, as bad as it may look, more than probably more rounds, I think, than Mike Tyson. So you did. I'm going to rock with Roy Jones on points, you know what I'm saying? And that's just how it's going to go. So we'll see, man. A lot of people going, as we get closer in the barometer, the barometer or the feel for this gets a little closer. We'll see if this thing gonna happen. This is gonna be real talk. There's still a chance the plug can get pulled anytime. You know what I'm saying? During these crazy times and crowds and all that shit, it can get pulled at any moment. So you just don't know. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we'll see, man. And we'll see if this thing goes down. You feel me? But 50 M's, $50 million. I know Tyson gonna walk off good somehow, some way. And I'm definitely seeing Roy coming off. If they pay-per-view numbers does well, what y'all think they gonna hit around? You think he'll make it over the 100,000 mark? Over the 200,000 mark? Over the 300,000 mark? Do you think they come anywhere close to a mil? Remember also another thing. The YouTube dudes are on this. Now, The YouTube dudes may not operate well in the realm of the actual sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Because we are like, yo, half of us ain't gonna show up to see no YouTubers fight, not boxing fans. But in the social media realm, in the social media platform, where these dudes, this is their realm. It's almost like at first the YouTubers was coming to the boxing realm, but in this case, the boxing realm is now effectively going to their realm, to the YouTubers. I mean, to the social media realm. So it's like, you know, who knows? Maybe they got more of a standing here. Maybe the numbers get better. We'll see. I don't know. You know what I mean? I ain't been following that Nate Robinson and Jake Paul stuff, bro. I don't know nothing about it. You know what I mean? So we'll see how popular and if it helps this card any all day. But yeah, check it out for yourselves, man. The news is out there. It's on Boxing Scenes, on CNBC, so IBT Times, man. 50 M's being dumped into Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. all day. Much love to the fam. Thumbs up on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in, man. Much love to y'all. Have a good weekend. I'll see y'all on We Talking Boxing going down Sunday. We'll do something right then and there, man. Much love to the fam. Be safe out there. Once again, be safe. And until the next one. Much love to everybody in Mainman Mademan's Boxing Forum. And until the next one, peace out.